We're also hoping that all the way from the land of Waiwai will be joining us later on this evening is our second
armed invasion. It was lawless occupation. It was robbery of a sovereign, independent nation. I didn't make up those words. Those are the words of the United States President, Grover Cleveland, in December 1893, in his message to the Congress. But those aren't the words we are taught. We're taught was overthrow of the monarchy. So let's get it right now. I want all of you to repeat after me. And henceforth, when you're about to say overthrow of the monarchy, I want you to say, we want you to say, you need to say, from your now, it was number one, U.S. armed invasion. Say it, U.S. armed invasion. Number two, lawless occupation. Lawless occupation. Number three, robbery of an independent sovereign nation. Say it, robbery of an independent sovereign nation. All right, henceforth, those are the words we need to use. Those are the words that our youngsters need to learn. Everybody understand? You got it. Okay. Kui, 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 kui. Mahalo.
Mahope mako lili'uani. Aloha ai kapono. Aloha ai kapono ka aina. Haina ia mai ana kapuana. Kapo e ia aloha ka aina.
Anaho, the last verse. Mahope mako.
Mahope mako o lili'ulani. Aloha e kapono ka aina. Haina ia mai ana kapuana. Kapo e ia aloha Aloha.
I want a big hand for Lili Kwai and Hauka Kekuni Glacier.
My cousin, she's a Merceburg.
Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono. Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono. Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono. The Hawaiian Kingdom lives! The Hawaiian Kingdom lives! The Hawaiian Kingdom lives! We are here today, Lā Hui, Lehu Lehu, wherever you may be around the world, to celebrate in solidarity and unity, in collective harmony, the independence, the history, and the foundation of who we are as Kanaka, who we are as Hawaiian subjects here in the occupied Hawaiian Kingdom. Aloha mai kako, my name is Imai Kalani Winchester, and I'm here on behalf of the celebration, the sexiest celebration, the most popular celebration, and the first celebration here in the Hawaiian Kingdom. That is Hawaiian Restoration Day, Lā Hoʻihoʻi Ea, the day that ea, that sovereignty, that the right to rule, that the life of our land and our people was returned. And so today, we're here to share in that achievement. We're here to bear witness to the evidence of our independence. We're here to understand and to change the consciousness of our people, knowing and understanding that we are Kanaka, yes? We are strong Kanaka, eo. But we are multifaceted. We are many. We are kino lau. One of our kino lau, one of the many threads, one of the many ʻaha that ties us together into a strong kaula to snare the sun. Together, our national celebrations, Lā Hoʻihoʻi Ea, eo. Lā Kuʻokoʻa, eo. This is an important part of who we are. Just like the Niho stone is an important part of the kuapa, of the ahu. And so we repair and we restore and we retell and we revitalize and we reclaim our history, our identity, our humanity, and our national celebrations. So I want to thank you for being here today to celebrate Lā Hoʻihoʻi Ea and the famous motto of Kaui Keoli, Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono. And for those of us on the front line, those of us in the back kitchens, those of us in the malas, those of us in our malo, those of us teaching our children to olelo Hawaii at home, those of us who build our lā hui every single day with every small and significant and effective pohaku, we restore, we restack, and we pani kapuka. We set the wall straight. Aye? So today, let's set the record straight. The Hawaiian Kingdom lives. The Hawaiian Kingdom lives. The Hawaiian Kingdom lives. Right now, it's history time. And those of you who are paying attention are going to get a chance to get some prizes, so I hope that you brought your notes, or at least you guys that kind of recording. That counts. Next, I'm going to bring up to the stage to share a very important story about the celebration that we're talking about here today, Lā Hoʻihoʻi Ea, to share its significance, to share the genealogy of our nation, so that we can reconscientize, revitalize, restore, and resuscitate our national consciousness, our national memory. And this is an important story for all of us to hear, all of us to know, and all of us to teach. Aye? So here we go. Without further ado, I want to bring to the stage, or the microphone, Mr. Lāiana Kanoa-Wong. Paʻipaʻi lima kākou.
Aloha aina hoi kākou. Aloha aina. Aloha kākou. Aloha aina. Ho'opili mai. Lā Hoʻihoʻi Ea. Lā Hoʻihoʻi Ea. This is one of our most important national holidays that they try to strip away from us. They try to have erased. This holiday was celebrated throughout our paeaina for over 50 years. This was the major celebration of the restoration of Ea. And this is the story of this mo'olelo that Kaui Keoli, for the quiz, or Mo'i Kaui Keoli Kamehameha Ekolu, an amazing Kanaka visionary, the son of Kamehameha Ekahi, also schooled in the knowledge, this new knowledge that was coming, how to read, how to write, what is the nature of the world, while maintaining his sense of being a Kanaka and being connected to Aina, being connected to his genealogy, all the way back to Kapo'omai. Kaui Keoli would initiate amazing things in Hawaii. The National Literacy Program, where Hawaii becomes the most literate nation in the world, from having nobody knowing how to read and write our language, to less than 20 years becoming the most literate nation in the whole Nua. Let's get a eo. He made compulsory education, free schools for our children in all of our communities before almost any other country in the world. Eo. We come from brilliant kupuna. This ali'i saw the encroachment of foreigners in Hawaii. He knew that something must be done. So he sent our emissaries, Timoteo Ha'alilio, William Richards, and Sir George Simpson, to secure our sovereignty in 1842. While they were traveling to America, Great Britain, and France, a crisis took place home here. A land dispute between Richard Charlton and the ministers of our mo'i, Kaui Keoli, over some land that he felt he was due. Charlton was the British emissary here living in Hawaii. Once he realized he wasn't getting any leverage on this, he decided to push his cause and to get his ku'e, his own little ku'e, heard. And so he sends a message to Admiral Thomas. Admiral Thomas receives the message and sends an investigator, Lord George Paulet, to Hawaii. Paulet comes to Hawaii in early January of 1843 and demands a meeting with Kaui Keoli. Kaui Keoli being very akamai, you never go on board a hostile captain ship, especially as a head of state, declines this and offers to send a representative. This doesn't appease Paulette. Paulette's pissed. After 2 weeks of back and forth, finally Paulette says, because you will not follow my requests, this is my ultimate demand. You surrender the kingdom of Hawaii to me in the name of Great Britain, or I will open fire on all of your people in Honolulu. Imagine the position, the predicament that Kauikeʻoli is in. He had just sent his emissaries to secure our sovereignty. We were already on the pathway. America already agreed. And here we are dealing with a rogue captain taking control of our government. So Kauikeʻoli surrenders the kingdom, and he tells all of his people to pule no ke ea, that he's going to make things pono. Because our ea is what we were fighting for. Our ea is what they were trying to stomp down and take away. And so Kauikeʻoli reluctantly surrenders the kingdom under protest to Great Britain, not to Paulette. Paulette, what he does, he has all of our high Hawaii lowered, burnt, and destroyed. And in its place, the Union Jack was flown. He took control of all of the ports, wasn't letting any Hawaiian leave. He started to control Hawaii from the inside without the consent of his queen, Queen Victoria. Aue, everyone say aue. This heavy action needed to be stopped. Kauikeʻoli devised a plan to send a message. And you have to think, there was no cell phone, there was no Facebook posts about the kingdom is being occupied. He had to have it handwritten. But Paulette was trying to play konane too. He was stopping any Hawaiians from leaving the ports. And so Kauikeʻoli them had to do it in secret. He came over from Ava'a, where the capital was in Lahaina on Maui, came to Honolulu, wrote the letter of protest, some say in Pohukaina, under with the kupuna, and he gave it to a loyal haole who was willing to risk his life and go on board the same vessel that was carrying Lord George Paulette's message. He makes it on Mission Impossible style. He's holding the message on his heart, and he travels with the same message that Paulette is sending to Admiral Thomas. Thomas hears this message. He sees Paulette's report, and he sees the king's protest. He said, something is heva. Everyone say heva. Everyone say aue. Thomas realizes that he sent Paulette on a mission, but Paulette wasn't following things in the pono way. So Admiral Thomas comes to Hawaii. He recognizes the mo'i, and he asks for a meeting. Kauikeʻoli gladly gives him his time. He explains the situation, and Thomas realizes the heva of his man Paulette. And he says that we're going to hold a ceremony to lower our Union Jack, which we're going to do right now. Okay? Our High Pelekane, Inahiki. We have Kauka Baranching and my boy Kealoha Aina, who will be taking care of this, the re-simulation. So at this park, Hikula Kahua, the park that they'll later name after this Admiral, Richard Thomas, they have a ceremony on July 31st. Everyone say July 31st, 1843. They had the High Pelekane taken down. Cue the takedown of the flag. Yep. At this park, Thomas realizes his heva. He brings his men in. He welcomes the Hawaiian ali'i and their ohana to join them at this park. They lower the Union Jack, the flag that was flying in heva since February of 1843. And they set our high Hawaii. And they begin to raise the high Hawaii at this paka. The beautiful flag that was created by Kamehameha Ekahi in 1816 to be a symbol of progress, peace, unity, and aloha. A 21-gun salute is fired off. The High Hawaiʻi is flown at this paka. Kauikeauli continues on. They go to the church of Koiaha'o, the old stone church, built out of the ko'a of our moana nui akea. And he has his famous statement. He says, "Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono." Everyone say it. "Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono." Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono. The sovereignty of our land was preserved through the pono actions of Admiral Thomas. This triggers a huge pa'ina, a celebration of 10 days at Kaniakapupu. And you know Hawaiians, we know how to party. They had a huge pa'ina and 10 days long. We celebrated, and this was our first national holiday. Kauikeauli's men, Ha'alilioma, Richards, they were already up there fighting to secure sovereignty. They heard of all of these things taking place in Hawaii. It made them push even harder. And on November 28th of that same year, 1843, the kingdom is recognized. And that becomes our Sovereignty Restoration Day when Great Britain and France signed the Anglo-French Proclamation. That becomes our Lā Ku'oko'a. Everyone say, Lā Ku'oko'a. That is our Independence Day. These two huge holidays, Lā Hoʻihoʻi Ea, Lā Ku'oko'a, were celebrated throughout the kingdom, on every island, in every district, in every moku. Every place had a special celebration to honor Lā Hoʻihoʻi Ea and Lā Ku'oko'a for 50 years. 50 years later, 1893, the illegal overthrow of our government and the forced Americanization, they start to systematize erasing our national consciousness and our identity. You will no longer celebrate Lā Hoʻihoʻi Ea. You will celebrate American Independence Day. You will no longer celebrate Lā Ku'oko'a, your Independence Day. You will now celebrate the American holiday of Thanksgiving. Aue! So here we are today to restore Ea. We have the opportunity to instill Ea in all of our keiki, in our community, in our aina. We have the opportunity to instill Ea through our leo and through our actions. Ua mau ke Ea o ka aina I ka pono. Share the story of Lā Hoʻihoʻi Ea with somebody you know and somebody you love, and tell them how proud we are of our national identity as Kanaka. Ua mau ke Ea o ka aina I ka pono. Aloha aina ho'i kākou, mahalo. I'm going to pass it to Lanakila to give our leo pule, our leo mana, and ʻaha.
Aloha aina kākou. Aloha aina kākou. Aloha aina kākou. Ku kākou I ka ʻaha. The sacred ceremony, the prayer that helped to bring consciousness to the wide reaches of our Lāhui, to the far reaches across the Honua. We ask you, there is no observation here, only participation. Ku iluna. Stand with us. As the Mauna reminded us that we are Ea. Ku I kaika kākou. Join us in Pule. Eola. Kanikapu. 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 Huli ka hai Hawaiʻi. Kanikapu. mauna kea. Nā au mākua mai ka la hiki a ka la akau, mai ka hoʻokuhi a ka halawai. Nā au mākua ia kahina akua ia kahina alo, ia ka akau I kalani, o kiha I kalani, o ue I kalani, nunulu I kalani, ka holo I kalani. E ia nā pula pula ia o ko mauna ua kea. E mālama o kou ia mākou, e ulu I kalani, e ulu I ka honua, e ulu I ka pai aina o Hawaiʻi, e hō mai ka ike, e hō mai ka ikaika, e hō mai ki akamai, e hō mai ka maupopopono, e hō mai ka ike pāpālua, e hō mai ka mana. Nā au mākua mai ka la hiki a ka la akau, mai ka hoʻokuhi a ka halawai. Nā au mākua ia kahina akua ia kahina alo, ia ka akau I kalani, o kiha I kalani, o ue I kalani, nunulu I kalani, ka holo I kalani. E ia nā pula pula ia o kona o iwi o Hawaiʻi. E mālama o kou ia mākou, e ulu I kalani, e ulu I ka honua, e ulu I ka pai aina o Hawaiʻi. E hō mai ka ike, e hō mai ka ikaika, e hō mai ki akamai, e hō mai ka maupopopono, e hō mai ka ike pāpālua, e hō mai ka mana. Nā au mākua mai ka la hiki a ka la akau, mai ka hoʻokuhi a ka halawai. Nā au mākua ia kahina akua ia kahina alo, ia ka akau I kalani, o kiha I kalani, o ue I kalani, nunulu I kalani, ka holo I kalani. E ia nā pula pula ia o ko uhano ka wahine kui le hua. E mālama o kou ia mākou, e ulu I kalani, e ulu I ka honua, e ulu I ka pai aina o Hawaiʻi. E hō mai ka ike, e hō mai ka ikaika, e hō mai ke akamai, e hō mai ka maupopopono, e hō mai ka ike pāpālua, e hō mai ka mana. Ora. E iho ana o luna, e pi ana o lalo, e hui ana nā motu, e ku ana ka paia. E iho ana o luna, e pi ana o lalo, e hui ana nā motu, e ku ana ka paia. E iho ana o luna, e pi ana o lalo, e hui ana nā motu, e ku ana ka paia. Ola, kala hui Hawaiʻi, e ola. Ok, ko I honua o kau I kea, o kamehamea, o hānau ka mauna kea. Mauna kea kua hiwi kuha o I te mali e. Hei! O hānau ta mauna kea, o hānau ta mauna kea, o puua e ta mauna te. O hānau ta mauna kea, o puua e ta mauna te. Mahila hila, kera pia. O ahakea ke kane o papa, valino kawahine. O ahakea ke kane o papa, valino kawahine. Hanau hoku he wahine, hanau haroa e ali. Hanau hoku he wahine, hanau haroa e ali. Hanau ka mauna kea, e ke ki mauna na te. kia. E ola, no kako is a kako thing. Like the mauna, vaiho ka hila hila. There is no shame. Step up, follow. Yeah? To ea, we all just gotta get out of our comfort zones. Ku hele mai kako, e hele mai kako. No, we no stand on the fringes. Hele mai, hele mai. Pili no kawai, the cycles of water. Mona kia kua hivi kuha oitamalie. Mona kia kua hivi kuha oitamalie. Kapikoru o mona kia I kuitahua no poliahu. Kawahine kapahau anu o mauna kea. Imi ke laki o wai kapaia. O taho poukane imi ke lavaia. O wahia ulili luna o poliahu isano e ataua. Au anoi pa upili hau o lili noi. Pa ana hale o humagahi. O kuka hau ula ita o lalea ke hau. Makani o lalo. E nana iho poliahu I ke ko. Ke aloha. Mauna ke a kua hivi tuha oi tamalie. Ka pikoru o mauna ke ai. I kuita hua no poliahu. Tava ine kapahu anu o mauna ke a. Imi ke laki o vai tapaia. O taho poukane imi ke lavaia. O wahia ulili luna o poliahu. Isa no e ataua. Kau anoi pa upili hau o lili noi. Pa ana hale o humakahi. O kuka hau ula. Ita ho o la lea ke hau. Makani o lalo. E nana iho poliahu I ke ko. Ke aloha. E mele no poliahu. Hola. Get up here. Get up here. It's ono right now. Get in here. Real ono. Nakiako uhoʻohihi. What is it that we desire? What is that mea hihi? No ka ea o ka aina. So come work for it. Ale nana vale. Hele mai. Eh? No ka hana. Make it ono. Motu, na te ako hoʻohihi, ka heke tua hivi na motu. Tu no a mau motu ala, he o ia ke ake ki e. Ku no a mau motu ala, he o ia ke ake ki e. Hie tau ahu hau anu, no polia hulili noi vai au e. Hie tau ahu hau anu, no polia hulili noi vai au e. Vai a wake ake kilo hia, ili hia ko pana eva. Vai a wake ake kilo hia, ili hia ko pana eva. Pana ita hana puwai, ni olo pa aputa pau at moto. Pana ita hana puwai, ni olo pa aputa pau at moto. Ha ina ya mai, no ke ako hoʻohihi. haina ia mai. No te atou ho hihi. Ai ala ea. Ai. No ke ako ho hihi. Ora. No, ke ea o ka aina is not going to come without a fight. Ke ea o ka aina is not going to come without struggle. It's not going to come without hardships. But if we hila, if we makau, if we are frightened, if we are, what the word? Hila. Embarrassed to step up, we never going ea. You got to face that fire. No matter how intense it is, if you're willing to do the work, you're going to kulia through that. And we will strive back for that malu. The malu, the calm, the peace of our lahui will rise again. But mai makaui kahana. E makaui ta moroa. E makaui ka hila. Yeah? Face the flame. Oh yeah. Kukulu tapahu tapu daleo ela hele ela muku no kane la wo kanaloa ke ki hoi kanavai e kai o ki a kanavai e kua a kanavai no pele no kua kukulu tapahu kapu daleo ela hele ela muku no kane lo kanaloa ke ki hoi kanavai he kai o ki a kanavai e kua a kanavai no pele no kua le Ola Pakapulen, mekahau. Yeah. Bringing in that energy to rebirth the new. Mamas, you know birth not easy, right? We know all the many caverns that get filled, right? Yeah. We know how much we must dig deep. Pa'a. Let us tap back in to the example. Our kupuna never just make ea following Western concepts. They made ea built on the foundation of our kupuna, of this aina. When we come back to that collective, we're going to kulia. No ke ea no kako. Yo ne huna kapahu. Ai, yo ne huna tapahu. Hello. Ione huna tapahu, ione hale tapahu, akele akyo, akele kele akyo. Ione huna kapahu, Ione hale ka pahu. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Mahina hina tapahu. Mahina. Oh yeah. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Mahina hina tapahu. Mahina aka tapahu. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Kaiku atapahu. Io haumea a. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Kaiku akapahu. Io haumea a. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Io ne huna tapahu. Io ne hale tapahu. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Io ne huna tapahu. Io ne hale tapahu. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Mahina hina tapahu. Mahina aka tapahu. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Mahina hina tapahu. Mahina aka tapahu. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Kaiku akapahu. Io haumea a. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Kaiku akapahu. Io haumea a. Akele aku. Akele kele aku. Yo haumea akapahu. Yola. Yola no. Yeah no. Kahulau au aia. The prophecy chant of our kupuna. They foresaw this coming. They saw this great time of struggle. And the kahea was au aia. Hold fast. Strong the huki of Kanaloa will be. It will rip, it will pull. But you need to reach out. Every one of us needs to reach out and claim who we are. And pa'a that. Steadfast. And okay, everybody, you in. Get in here. And if you're not, you follow this hand motion. You bring them right here by your na'au. And you think of every ancestral line. Every one of those kupuna who came before you. Don't let them just disappear. Don't let their teachings, don't let that ea disappear. Pa'a that. Bring it back up here. Make it live. Oh, aia e kama e kona moku kahea. Oh, aia e kama e kona moku. O kona moku e kama e au aia. O ke kama e ka huli nu'u. O te tama e ta huli o. Huli hia papi o a ilalo i te alo. Huli hia e ta imo o ku kamaki i lohe. O ka hana ana hiti o ta hula ka aia tali. A o pohakuku. Me ka ʻUpena ua o ihu ani me ka unu o niu. O lani o la'a o ke ave aiku. Ai a dig deeper. Oh, aia e kama e kona moku. O kona moku e kama. Oh, aia o te tama e ta hulinu. O te tama e ta huli au. Huli hia papi o a ilalo i te alo. Huli hia e ta imu o kukamaki lohe. O ta hana ana hiki o ta hula. Ka ia tali a o poha kuku. Me ka ʻUpena ua o ihu ani me ka unu o niu. O lani o la'a o te ave aiku. Ai ala aia. Na i hala pepe ta honu au ta motu. I hale ia e ke kiuvelo. Ika puko velo lo hea kanalo. Hola. Hola no. He ahala he kukulu. What is a pillar? A mountain. He ahala he kukulu. He ahu, a shrine, an altar, the place that we deem sacred. He ahala he kukulu. What is a pillar? Every stone. Every single pohaku that it takes to build a foundation. He kahua. He ahala he kukulu. You are a pillar. Awamo no kelaku Lāiana. Every one of us grasp on to that responsibility. We hold it in our na'au. We hold it as the goal of our life. Then ora pohaku come together. And we build that kahua to kukulu ho ka ea o Hawaiʻi. Eola kalahui. Okay, everybody, you can follow this one now. He hala he kukulu. He hala he kukulu. He hala he kukulu. He hala he kukulu. He ha. He hala he kukulu he mauna. He hala he kukulu. He hala he kukulu. Oh yeah. He hala he kukulu. That was good. Give me more. He hala he kukulu he mauna. He hala he kukulu. He hala he kukulu he ahu. He hala he kukulu. He hala he kukulu he pohaku. He hala he kukulu. He hala he kukulu he kanaka. Give them for your kupuna. He hala he kukulu he mauna. He hala he kukulu. He hala he kukulu he ahu. He hala he kukulu. He hala he pohaku. He hala he kukulu. He hala he kanaka. One more time. Emona. Heha. He ahu. He ahu. Heha. He pohaku. Heha. Kanaka. Ora. Na hoa ina, na hoa belolike, na hoa pili, na hoa aloha. Come in here, circle up, circle up. What's the next line? Kukulu, he mau makakua, na makaka ku he pohaku ku he ili kapualo e na kwa ora oi give up. Aloha aina. Aloha aina. Kukuro. Eo. Eo. Hu. Ku. Ku e. Kapuaro. Ola. Hu. 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 Aloha aina. Aloha aina. Ku Kiaʻi mauna. Oi. Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono. Pololei, the life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness. Ai, pololei. The sovereignty of the aina is preserved in justice. How can we safeguard our aina if we don't have the political power? If we do not rise to awamoret kuleana? It is not enough that we just ask for them to turn it back. Are we practiced at self-governance? We don't have to wait for somebody out there give us our ea. We just need to remember, he ea no kako. We are ea. We showed it on the mauna. And therefore now it's a template how we can continue to ho'omau and hoʻihoʻi ka ea. Nui ke aloha ia o ko, nui no ka mana no ke ia ahi ahi. To the mele that will continue to inspire us, we must not forget to celebrate with every little victory that we have. We must not hold ourselves just to the negatives or else you're going to crack. Yeah? We celebrate, we kako'o each other. As we stand in ʻaha, where everyone is welcomed, where everyone's movement, everyone's voice, we know you are adding every bit that you have. But I hope that we inspire you to remember you get plenty more. So with that, let us kick it off. Oh, that was the kickoff. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mike aloha nui ya oko. Every blessed, may the mele resonate across Hawaii, across the world with the computer stuff. Mike aloha nui ya oko. With that, let's harness this mana, and we're going to pass it through this high Hawaii to the mauna for that big broadcasting system. E ola. Wapau.